The DellaValla Trio is a sibling band from Jackson, New Hampshire, blending bluegrass roots with eclectic music tastes. Molly's on guitar and vocals, Joseph on banjo and vocals, and John on fiddle bring high energy performances and heartfelt musicianship honed from years of jamming together. With a sound as unique as their story, these young players are making a name for themselves across the Mount Washington Valley and beyond. So I've got DellaValla Trio here with me today, consisting of Molly, Joseph, and John. Hello, and thank you for tuning in and taking some time to chat with me today.
Yes, thank you so much for having us.
Thank you.
You recently had a chance to play at the historic Club Passim, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you describe what that experience was like?
Well, I
I
mean,
mean,
first it was amazing. It
Yeah, it
was
was so
yeah.
awesome.
super cool. And yeah,
We've seen so many acts come through there that we just really love and look up to. So to be able to play on that stage was really, really exciting. And then just like the whole experience of playing there was lovely. Like
Yeah.
everyone that
Everyone there
works
was
there
super
from
nice.
like sound to everything is lovely. So
and the
that was
green
really
room
fun.
was super cool. It
Yes.
had
Yeah.
like all
Yeah.
sorts
A
of
lot of history in it.
yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of history, yes.
Yeah.
And someday maybe they'll have your picture up there on the wall too.
Maybe.
Yeah. We'll see.
I saw was going through and doing a deep dive on your music and going through YouTube, watching some videos, and I saw you did a great performance of Grandfather's Clock. Do you
Oh,
know
thank you.
anything about that song?
Um,
Well, I think we learned it. It was one of the first tunes that we learned, and so it
It's
was
one
kind
of
of
those.
like
Yeah.
not, being new to bluegrass. That was one of the tunes where they're like, oh, so this is how you like tell a story, and this is one of the. I think I forget who we looked at first for the recordings, but I think we probably did some research on it then. But I think one of our favorite recordings is of I can't remember if it was Doc Watson that we listened to, but yeah.
there's
Hmm.
yeah,
I'll
beautiful.
I'll give you a little background on that. So that song was written back in the 19th century, back in the 1800s,
Yeah.
and it was by Henry Clay Work, who was from Middletown, Connecticut.
Oh, that's so cool.
I know I thought it was very cool because I'm also a host on a radio show called New Music Alliance Radio Hour, and we feature only original music from local artists in Western New England.
Wow.
And of course, I'm from Connecticut, and so I thought that was really cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah,
awesome.
definitely.
Well, and we always talk about how cool it is to play bluegrass and roots music, that a lot of times you're playing tunes and there's either disagreement about where it came from, where it's so old that like no one even knows, or it's evolving. And so many songs you play, you're like, oh, I can hear like echoes of this other tune in that one. So it's
Mm.
cool to know a tune that's like an original and from like the New England area,
Yeah.
that like
Yeah.
being from New England. Yeah.
Now, are you writing original songs too?
We are.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
Oh,
we
good.
do a little bit, especially Joseph. He's mainly
Yeah.
our
Joseph's probably the most prolific writer. Yeah. Yeah.
So, do you have like a process, Joseph, or just kind of just rolls out?
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's
Just
like something
creativity just
it's
flowing
like
out of it.
lightning, it
Yeah.
just hits me and then like I just get it all out on the paper, make a little recording. It's perfect, that's how it
And
works.
that's it. The first time it comes to him, it's just
Wakes up in
perfect.
the middle of the night. Yeah.
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 Just like yeah, rolling these
Yeah.
out. No, so our teacher and probably the person who's had the most influence on our playing and actually like probably one of the people that we spend the most time with musically is Danny Barnes. And one of the themes he talks about is like if you're going to write a tune, it's kind of it kind of has to have a certain thread or like a story or like some fabric or substance of it that you have to like find. And it's very hard to do that. It's very hard for me to figure out how to do that. So I'm still very new to it, but kind of just practicing and making up little tidbits, you know, and trying to see if there's like a certain theme I can find or piece together with certain tunes. Now, one of them, which I think is my favorite and my mother's favorite, was a tune I wrote called Charming Chickadee.
Hmm.
And this was a tune that I wrote kind of Molly was leaving for college, so I kind of wrote this for her as she was leaving. Um, and I kind of wrote some lyrics, and then I actually had a couple of ideas from my family. Oh, these are, here's some things that you could add, or like some things that you could uphold throughout the tune. And so I think that's one of our favorite tunes that I've written, and
Yeah.
one of the ones that's the most sentimental for us.
It's cool. Do you show off to all your friends by posting TikTok videos of you playing? Is that like the really cool TikTok videos of you
Yeah.
playing bluegrass and all that?
Oh, we're not.
We're actually not on TikTok, but
We
Good.
do post on
we
Instagram a
do
lot.
post on Instagram a
Yeah.
lot,
Yeah.
mostly, as a method of communication about,
Yeah.
Kind of what's happening with
what's
us.
happening with us in our lives, or like where we're playing next, or like,
It's like a balance for us because like one of our favorite things about music is like the genuine connection that comes from it. And so we're always trying to like figure out, and also like we're all different ages, but like I had social media in high school and then like just didn't love the effects of it and like the way that it lets you connect with people. So we kind of try to balance like using it because obviously to like connect with people as a band and like trying to let people know we're playing and see us playing, we want that.
yeah,
But also like
powerful tool.
yeah, it's like a
Yeah.
powerful tool. So we're always trying to like balance how we're
Try to
using
use it in
it. But
moderation. Yeah.
yeah.
Moderation.
That I wish everybody was as smart as you. And
Yeah.
that leads me into my next question. It was perfect segue here. Um, Joseph and John, you recently completed a research project on nomophobia and
Yes. Yeah.
Yes, we
presented your
did.
findings at the Up Granite Youth Conference. You want to tell us about that?
Sure,
Sure.
yeah. So that was kind of a project that we started. So I'm trying to think. So 2 years ago, it was kind of half a science project for, a school, and half of something we were just super interested in, and I guess worried about. It was something that we noticed, like in our community and like with friends. Phones are ever present, and like,
You know,
you
we
know,
should probably clarify what is nomophobia.
Oh, yeah. So nomophobia is no mobile phone phobia.
or
Um.
the fear of being without your phone.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Exactly. But
And
it's
like it's to the point where it's like if you're being it's the separation actually causes emotional discomfort
discomfort.
and may lead to mental effects, or
Mhm.
side
Yeah.
effects that are pretty bad.
Yeah, it's
So,
not just like, whoa, I'm super bored right now.
oh, I'm
I
gonna
might
have to
have to
go
even
find a
read a book
book.
or something. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like, yeah.
Yeah, so that was a presentation we did, and it was from middle schoolers all the way up to high schoolers on this research project where we took a nomophobia, the fear of being without your phone, a nomophobia questionnaire that's highly utilized in medical communities, and we kind of changed it a little bit for high schoolers and younger ages, and then we sent it out to our communities around
Yep.
the Mount Washington Valley.
Yeah.
And then we got, some scores back, and we did some
Yeah,
analysis.
statistical analysis. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Can you give us
And then
share
we
with us like something that you learned from that?
Yeah, well, I think for the first year, we've been doing the projects for 2 years. The first year, I think it was around like a seven. The nomophobia score for the average student was a 70, which is around the moderate range. And then actually, since then, it went up to a 78, which is from the moderate to severe. And like we said, that is like the average student across all the Mount Washington Valley. So the two high schools that we sent it out to were the Kennet High School and the Freiburg Academy.
So that was one of the findings. So like it's proven that like phones are kind of a little bit of a problem, at least in our community. And that's also like coincides with, or it goes along with national data too. So that was one of the cool things. Another thing we found was people like when we talk about that with friends or family or anyone, it's like a teen thing, or like it's a youth thing that like phones are a
Yep.
problem. But what we found is actually that's kind of a myth, and like, adults are just as bad actually on
Oh,
kids,
Yeah. Sometimes,
even if it's not,
yeah,
Instagram
TikTok,
or
like you said,
TikTok.
yeah.
It's like the New York Times, or it's
email, something like
email,
that.
or something for work.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. So
Yeah.
those were two of our favorite findings.
That's very interesting. Yeah, and then I think maybe the older kids are can remember what life was like before the phone.
Yeah.
And so maybe there's a difference there for the younger kids that only remember being on a phone ever since they were, they could
Yeah.
remember. So
Well, and one
maybe
of the scariest facts we found was that 44% of babies under the age of 1 use a cell phone every day.
And by the age of two, that number almost doubles, going up to 77%.
wow.
Which is
And that
like,
was from 2015 in a study. So who
we
knows
actually
how
found one
much?
recently that was a
Yeah,
little worse.
a
I think it was a
little
little
bit
bit worse.
worse. Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for doing that study. And I think that's, yeah, it shows that we definitely need to keep learning about that because we got to learn ways to, like you were saying, be more balanced and turn it off sometimes and be
Yes.
okay
Yeah.
with that. And I imagine, you're in the perfect place where you can turn off a phone and just enjoy the beauty of nature. It's in the
Yeah.
Mount
Right in the
Washington
Yes, we
Valley
are.
area.
Yeah.
yeah, right in the valley. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're very active in your community. Can you tell me a little bit about Raiders and Eagles for the Valley?
Sure, and actually, I can talk a little bit about the beginning of that project because one of my favorite parts of it is that Joseph and I started it when we were in high school, and then I left for college, and John and Joseph started to take it over together. And it's been called by like three or four
Yeah.
different
Yeah.
names
So
at
it's
this
like
point.
changed over the years. As it keeps like going through metamorphosis. It's like it's like
Yeah.
evolving.
So it started because at our local high school, we all three of us have done Key Club, which is a Kiwanis. I'm not sure if you're familiar with that, like volunteering, like service organization, but Kiwanis is an adult organization, and then they have youth levels at like elementary, middle, and high school. So the high school version is Key Club, and it's just like a student-led community service club. So they do all sorts of different community service, but they're one of the like places in our community that you can go for help if you need it. So we had a request at the end of my junior year, which I don't even know what year that was, maybe 2023. And they had a couple of students who kind of fell into this gray area where a lot of times you have to either be an adult or you have to meet certain requirements to be considered homeless or in certain categories of need. And so there were a lot of students who fall into this zone where they're not meeting those requirements or they're not getting picked up. Like no one is
Yeah.
contacting them or
And like
finding
my sister said,
them.
they don't know how to advocate for themselves.
Yeah, because they're students a lot of the time and younger people. And so or a lot of them have just complicated situations where like their family is supporting them, but just not enough to meet basic needs or things
Mhm.
like that. So we had some students who didn't have enough gas money to get to school to graduate for the last couple weeks of school because they needed to meet like their attendance requirement. And so they reached out to the Key Club and they were like, hey, can we get any support from you guys? Like they just need to make it to like the last couple weeks of school. And so we helped with that, but then we were like, this is like an emergency. What if we could do this on a more regular basis? And is this like an ongoing problem? And so it's kind of developed, and I think the boys can talk a little bit more about what they do with it now. But we eventually got to the point where we were reaching out to not just within the one high school, but another local high school as well, and just helping students get access to it anonymously, but in a way where they could get access to like gift cards for groceries or gift cards for gas or gift card for a lot of times people need clothing or like sports gear, things like that. And it just like it also can just be embarrassing for students to ask for that. Like they don't know how to ask or they just don't want to be the student that has to ask for that help. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if you
Yeah,
guys
so
want
I
to
think
talk about what
I
it's kind of evolved into
I think
recently.
that pretty much summed up most of it. So they have the restricted gift cards, but the one of the cool parts I found was it's actually the student liaisons who, assess the need and help distribute.
Yeah.
So the student liaisons work one-on-one with the students or like one on whatever the group size is. And so as Molly said, it's grown from one high school to a second high school that's just over the border. We live in New Hampshire. It's just over the border in Maine. So two high schools, and then also we've had people reach out from the community that we can talk to. So it's kind of got these three parts, and then the only thing that was left was it started to become a project that was a little bit larger, and we were having trouble with the fiscal side of it. So we reached out. Molly took a gap year and she joined Kiwanis, so that kind of helped. Um, um,
Like bridge the
like
gap
bridge the
there.
Yeah.
gap because we could then reach out to Kiwanis for help fiscally. And they made a committee there
Yeah, they made
that
a
could kind
committee
of
there, and part of it was just to make it like a 501(c)(3, but
Yeah.
also because it's at multiple schools, having like adults involved
Yeah.
helps with
and it
that.
also
Like we
has
don't
some
want to be the ones
structure
holding
and
on to the
like
money. It's like
yeah.
yeah.
We had a couple of events, and actually, I think part of what's fun is more recently we've had some musical events. We had some events, so they were like, "We'll help you oversee that." But what's cool is that it's really still student led, and the events that you guys have done recently are like community jams.
Yeah, so
Mm.
there'll be like little like open mics or something like that. I think
Yeah.
the most recent fundraiser for it was actually we had like the jazz program for one of the high schools came, and we had like a little jazz night at this little cafe, which was super fun. And it's just like it's very community oriented, so it's like it's a lot of
Definitely
fun. It's just
community
it's students
oriented.
helping students, so it's like you can see all the stuff that's happening like right in front of you, which is nice. Yeah.
That's awesome. And it's great to see you getting involved in the community like that. I think you'll fit right in for Black Bear Americana Music Festival. It's a very tight-knit community there where people are helping each other. I think you'll fit in really well. And this is your first time down there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you'll definitely love it. It's a great festival, great family-oriented festival, uh, taking place on August 14th through the 16th. Do you know which day you're performing yet?
We'll be there on the Saturday.
And they of course have a lot of workshops, so hope you get a chance to attend some of those as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think we're looking forward to attending it just as much as we're looking forward to playing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like seeing the other acts and everything.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah, there's a great wide variety of artists there, and I think you'll definitely have a great time. Um, do you have a moment we can play a quick game?
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
It's called Lyrical Ponderings. I'm going to give you a song title.
Okay.
The song title is in the form of a question. You can either you can either tell me who sang the song or you can answer the question.
Okay.
Pick a number between 1 and 202.
And
1 and
202.
2 are 2.
Oh,
Let's do 55.
Okay.
55.
55. All right, here we go. You can either tell me who sang the song or, oh, you might actually get this. What do you mean? What do you,
They looked
I
at me.
what do you mean?
Joseph is like the most widely knowledgeable of the three of us in music.
What do you mean?
What do you mean?
Wait, but it's the title of the song?
That's the title of
Okay.
the song.
Yeah, I don't think I
No.
got it.
That's it. We're fake musicians.
So what
That's
do you mean?
from 2015, Justin Bieber.
Justin
Oh.
Bieber.
Wow.
Oh.
Well, we really should have known that. That's
Yeah.
a little
Play
bit.
less bluegrass.
Less bluegrass and more.
It's when you play too much bluegrass.
So now you got to answer the question.
What does it
What do we mean?
What do we mean?
Well,
Why is bluegrass? Yeah.
why is bluegrass? What do we mean when we play this form of music? Um,
Well,
Well, I mean, I think one of the big things that we mean a lot of the time it's just this is how I get fired from the band too. That's just me, musicians like out of the family.
we're ready.
Awesome.
Well, we spend a lot of time just playing music that we think is fun and that brings us joy. So
Yeah, so we're playing
apparently it turns
yes.
out it wasn't that Justin Bieber song, I guess, but I don't know. I think that's really all that we mean a lot of the time. It's just to have fun with ourselves and with other people too.
Yeah, for sure.
perfect. Great way to answer that. Well, Molly, Joseph, John, the DellaValla Trio. Looking forward to seeing you at the Black Bear Americana Music Festival coming up on August 14th through the 16th in Harwinton Fairgrounds in Harwinton, Connecticut. So have a safe drive down and back, and looking forward to seeing you.
Thank you so
Awesome.
much.
Thank you
Thanks
so
so
much.
much.